Three best friends walked this bridge every day after school. They laughed like today. But before the sun would set, one of them would disappear forever. Hidden inside the folded paper were 6 chilling words forever. The girls laughed at first, but someone nearby already knew the prophecy had begun.
Before their eyes, every word vanished from the paper. It was as if the warning had never existed, but someone had already read the prophecy, and it could never be undone.
The warning had been delivered and the woman who brought it was already leaving. But one question haunted the girls. If she knew what would happen before sunset, who was she?
Look at this, it's a warning. A warning, what does it say? It's about school, it says danger. We need to tell someone. Let's go, Mrs. Adebayo is right there. Ma'am, we found this note. A note? Let me see, girls.
The message had changed. Someone or something was still watching them, and whatever waited at home wanted them to arrive before nightfall. The child never spoke, yet every step she took seemed to whisper a warning. The mansion had been waiting for them, and someone inside already knew their names.
Wait, where is she going? She just walked right in. It's so misty over there. What's that on the ground? It's a letter. It looks old. What does it say? Let's go find out. Carefully.
She vanished without a sound, but the doorway remained open. The warning was over. The invitation had begun. The next step would decide which of them would never return. The child never looked back, yet somehow she knew Amara was following. Some doors are opened by curiosity, but once crossed, they never let you return the same. The paper was no longer carried by the wind. Something inside the mansion was calling it home. And for the first time, the girls realized they were not the ones searching for the truth. The truth was searching for them. The portrait was older than the mansion itself, yet somehow it already knew their faces. They had come searching for answers, but what they found was a mystery that had been waiting for them long before they were born.
The moment they crossed the gate, the mansion recognized them. The portrait was no longer showing strangers. It was showing them, exactly as they stood. You're finally home.
The portrait wasn't haunted. It was alive. And somehow, it already knew every one of their names.
Don't look away. The portrait was no longer just watching them. It was changing. Every second they remained inside the mansion, the faces in the painting became more alive, while the real girls felt something inside them slowly fading away.
One of you already belongs here.
They weren't trapped inside the painting. They were trying to warn them. Because every second the girls remained inside the mansion, the portrait was becoming more real, and they were becoming less.
Leave before it's too late. The girls inside the portrait weren't monsters. They were prisoners. And the longer Amara, Chidinma, and Kosi stayed inside the mansion, the closer they came to taking their place forever.
Run! Leave now.
The painting wasn't trying to trap them. It was trying to save them. But the mansion had already chosen its next victims, and time was running out.
Leave before the exchange begins.
The girls trapped inside the portrait were no longer asking for help. They were warning them. Because once the glass finally shattered, someone outside would disappear forever. The portrait was breaking, but freedom came with a terrible price. If the glass shattered completely, only one group of girls would walk out of the mansion alive. Choose before the last crack.
The portrait wasn't breaking by itself. Something inside was forcing its way out. And with every crack, the line between their world and the mansion's curse grew thinner.
It's almost free.
The mansion had made its choice. The exchange had begun. In a matter of seconds, one world would lose 3 girls, and the other would finally set its prisoners free.
It's time!
The mansion had waited for this moment for decades. The exchange had already begun. And unless someone broke the curse, the girls inside the portrait would finally walk free, while the real girls would disappear forever.
The mansion had one final secret. The girls inside the portrait weren't begging to escape anymore. They were trying to stop what was about to come through.
It's here.
The curse had finally crossed into their world, but the ancient note held one last secret. The battle had only just begun.
See you in episode 3.
It's burning! Stay back! Amara, get back! I'm pulling you! No! It's coming for us! The note! It's our only chance!
The ancient note had finally awakened. It was never a warning. It was a key. And for the first time, the curse was beginning to fear them. The key has awakened.
The energy is flowing into the portrait. Look, the cracks are spreading. They're moving inside. It's working. Hold steady, we're breaking the curse. But what if we awaken something worse? I can feel it. It's getting stronger.
The girls trapped inside the portrait were never the enemy. They had spent years protecting the world from the darkness imprisoned behind them, and now that prison was opening, at last. The darkness had finally revealed itself, but the ancient note carried a power older than the curse. Their only hope was hidden in words they had not yet learned to understand.
The last seal.
For the first time in decades, the curse began to weaken. 6 girls, separated by 2 worlds, had finally become one force against the darkness. One more seal remains. The darkness could no longer hide. Every secret it had buried was being pulled into the light. But the ancient seal had not opened to end the curse. It had opened to reveal its true master. The final guardian awakens.
The battle inside the portrait was over, but the mansion had guarded its greatest secret beneath the floor all along. The answers they had been searching for were waiting below.
Come, the truth awaits. The girls who had been trapped for generations had finally fulfilled their purpose. Now the journey belonged to Amara, Chidinma, and Kosi alone, and the truth waiting below would change everything. Welcome to the Forgotten Chamber. The hidden chamber had waited for generations. The note, the key, and the map were never separate mysteries. Together, they formed the path to the truth that history had buried. Only the worthy may enter. The final seal had been opened not to unleash darkness, but to preserve the sacrifice of 3 forgotten heroes. Their courage had protected generations. Until today, the truth is complete. The curse was gone. The forgotten heroes had finally found peace. But some secrets are never meant to stay buried. Deep beneath the sanctuary, something else had been waiting. Find me. The curse had ended, but the pendant was never part of the curse. It belonged to something far older, and now it had found its next guardians. Cross the gate.
He was not the enemy they feared. He was the final guardian, centuries for the ones chosen by the pendant.
Will you accept your destiny?
For centuries, the guardian had waited for those worthy enough to inherit the pendant of light. The mansion had never been the final destination. It was only the doorway to a forgotten kingdom.
Your true journey begins now.
The pendant of light had chosen its new guardian. From this moment on, Amara's destiny was forever linked to the forgotten kingdom beyond the portal. The greatest adventure of their lives was about to begin.
Step forward, your kingdom awaits.
The pendant of light had accepted its new guardian. There was no turning back now. Beyond the portal lay the forgotten kingdom and the destiny that had waited centuries for them.
Welcome home, chosen ones.
Beyond the portal was a kingdom forgotten by time. The pendant of light had finally returned home, but ancient kingdoms never sleep without guardians or enemies. They are watching.
The Forgotten Kingdom had welcomed its chosen guardians, but every ancient secret's too powerful for already seen them arrive.
The kingdom had recognized its chosen guardians. Enter, enter, before it is too late. The kingdom was testing its chosen guardians. Only those with courage could enter the City of Light. Prove yourselves, you have finally returned. The throne had waited in silence for centuries. It was chosen by the pendant of light. The crown had chosen its bearer, but no one could wear it until they proved themselves worthy. Before any ruler could protect the kingdom of light.
First trial begins now.
The kingdom of light had accepted its chosen guardians, but the crown could not yet be claimed. Beyond the stairway of destiny awaited the trial of the Sky King, the final test that to be continued. Episode 5, The Trial of the Sky King.
Beyond the gates lay the legendary Kingdom of Light, untouched for centuries. The pendant had brought them here for a reason.
He's already awake.
The guardians of the kingdom had recognized the chosen one. But beyond the golden staircase lay the first trial for 1,000 years.
Only truth can open the path ahead. The first trial had begun.
The first trial had truly begun. Light and darkness stood face to face. The pendant had chosen Amara.
The second trial has chosen you.
The trial of the Sky King, a test of unity, courage, and sacrifice. Prove your worth.
The final seal is awakening.
The Shadow Guardian had crossed the sacred gate. Hidden inside the pendant, the true chosen guardian has finally awakened. The true strength of the chosen guardian lived within their unity that had terrified the Kingdom of Light for centuries. The final trial has begun.
The Kingdom of Light had not survived because of its walls. The true enemy has not arrived.
Darkness was losing its grip. The strength of the chosen guardians had awakened the ancient seal, but an even greater force was beginning to stir.
Beyond
The Kingdom of Light had waited for this moment for generations. As the Sky King returned, every corner of the ancient kingdom, but the greatest test was still waiting beyond the heavens. The light had returned to the kingdom, and hope once again filled every heart. Gates waited mysteries that would shape the future of every kingdom.
Your final lesson awaits.
The Kingdom of Light had found its guardians. Through courage, friendship, and unwavering hope, we fulfilled it together.